Yo, what's good, chat? Let's get into it, man. We finna get into Boston Richie. Tried to kill his girlfriend. The fuck is going on, man? Why motherfuckers killing girlfriends and shit and they significant others? Man, if y'all got a bad time and shit, man, just leave. What the fuck? That's what I do.
Today marks the end of Boston Richie's career. Out of all the horrific things he have done in the past, they finally found the one thing that he can't come back from. Boston Richie is a rapper, so by default, he's already a terrible human being, and he's a street rapper at that, and they're even worse. Their fan base is just as bad. So all the other allegations in the past that people tried to cancel Boston Richie for, they didn't stick. You think a fan base of street dudes cared that Boston Richie was dating a 16, 17-year-old girl when he was 25? You think that street dudes who shoot and kill each other give a damn that Boston Richie was choking his girlfriend unconscious and then waking her up and choking her back?
They're like, man, folks, his music go hard, folks. You heard that shit? You heard that? Yeah, that shit go hard. Yeah. They said
unconscious again, and then he got arrested for it. You think that they care? No, they don't care, bro, at all. So those allegations was never going to end him. But today, they just brought allegations that even the deplorable street dudes will cancel him for. And no, I'm not talking about snitching. He already got exposed for that, and he survived that scandal as well. Because nobody cared about snitching in 2026, bro. We all snitch, right? We're all rats. Yeah. Now, the reason why Boston Richie got exposed today is because of this diss track that he just released last night. The diss track he released yesterday is called Bitch You Weird, which is a diss track towards the little girl he was dating when she was a minor called Tati Chanel. Dropping a diss record against your ex-girlfriend is already clown shit, but this specific song is fucking malarkey. So Boston Richie goes, got these people thinking I'm weird. She got us thinking you weird. Now he's talking about her revealing the fact that, he choked her unconscious multiple times until the police got involved and arrested him. And then, she was dating him, between the ages of 16 and 17 years old. So because she pretty much exposed him for being a pedo, he's now upset about it. How you upset the person you victimized? Let the world know you victimize them. Like, why not let us know? Right? He goes, I finally can face my fears. What are your fears? Being exposed? People knowing you're a pedo? I finally can wipe my tears. I ain't got no fault. Yo, you see why I tell you guys that rappers are absolute narcissists, terrible scumbags. This dude is now reframing this particular scenario as if he's the victim. As if he's not the one who was dating this little girl when she was 16, 17 years old. As if he's not the one who was arrested for choking her unconscious, literally, like almost killing her. But he's the victim.
We got another David.
It's the gears. Bitch, you weird. 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 He says this for like 1 minute straight. He really feels it.
Bitch, you weird.
Goes, I hate your effing guts. I said this forever. I ain't so many nights. I was so full of lust. I feel the real deal. Now, this next part to me is the part that really pissed her off, that I feel like really got her pissed off, right? Because when Boston Richie got out of jail, she actually stood by him and took him back. But watch him kind of throw that back into her face, okay? So he goes, when I bust, which is when he busts a load, truth be told, I was only sticking with you when I was out on bail. You see what I did the same day I beat my trial? I'm dead and ran right to another big house, right to another big mouth, effing all the bit on the couch. So he is not telling her, you dumb, I was only with you when I was out on bail because I was fighting this case and I didn't know how it was gonna go. But as soon as I beat the trial, you see what I did first? Man, I ran to another girl house. You feel me? Like, I ran to another bit. I left you, right? And you a dummy. And then he continues and he says, and the bit got a big house. I ain't got to get kicked out
got a big house
because I done got some grown-ish. This line right here to me is, you done got some grown. Sir, you're almost 30. You're like 29. You just got some grown-ish.
What the fuck?
This is like a self-admission. Like, you knew that Tati was a baby, but you still partaked.
Hey,
now,
that's how you know he was a goofy before the rap. He ain't never had it, y'all. He ain't never had no pussy, none of that shit. He just now getting to it. Somebody said, I got some grown pussy. Man, what the fuck? She's 17 years old, Chad. What the fuck? Ain't no grown shit.
Because of this diss track, Tati started seeing red, bruh. So she took to her social media to embarrass and expose Boston Richie.
Fuck is wrong with these people, man?
Now, the other things she's about to expose him for, like the domestic violence and stuff like that, like we think is hard because we're normal human beings. His fans, the street dudes who listen to his music doesn't care that he put hands on Tati. Tati could talk about for decades how Boston Richie had her in a dog kennel, how he beat her half to death. His fan base wouldn't care. But she did levy one allegation that they will care about. She hit him with the gay allegations. But not just allegations, man. She provided proof and receipts that boy Boston Richie got tender booty. Now, she knows his fan base all too well. Man, the street dudes who follow Boston Richie care more about Boston Richie being gay because they're homophobic than they do about Boston Richie almost killing his girlfriend and dating her when she was a minor. So she goes, Ninja, you gay. I told you don't speak on me, knowing you had me cosplaying as a man in the bed. Must have thought I was joking this time. Keep my name out your mouth or I'm going to drop the rest. The first receipt she posted was her at the shop purchasing the Stroke Master 3000 meat machine to come and dig in Boston Richie's butt. That boy got a tender booty, man.
What?
And this ain't his first time, because, if this was your first time, if this was something you just experimented with or try, you don't start off on level 4,000. You don't start off with the 12 inch right away, man.
Oh my God.
If this was your first time, experimenting with these fairy activities, you would have started off with the 2 inches. He went straight to the Jason Love. Sir. Now, she posted the digital forensics. Something that you can't fake. She posted the live. It's a live photo. She posted North Tallahassee, which was the timestamp. She continued. She posted the phone she took it with, the location in which she took it. Now, this is her sending photos to Boston Richie while she's in the store. She continued, she sent him the amount. And the reason why she's sending him the amount that it cost is because he was going to reimburse her. This is for him.
Oh, no.
So it was cost $142.63. She continued. Now, this is where
my God.
You gotta be a little smarter if you Boston Richie, man. He bear you on the way. Listen, man, if you gonna do these fairy activities, you gotta find a way to do it in a masculine manner. Same thing I tell men who like to get their groceries. Hey, you can't get your groceries on all fours, back arch looking back. No, man.
What the
You gotta find a masculine way to do it,
man.
Straight up, you gotta find a masculine way to do fairy activities.
You can't be on the edge of
your bed texting her, babe, you on the way, babe? Babe, you on the way, babe?
Not the on the way.
While you're a couple minutes away from being put on all fours and getting penetrated.
Oh, my God.
And getting the meat machine stuck in your... come on, man.
What the fuck?
Now, I don't know how anybody can do that in a masculine manner, but you got to find a way, man, to do it in a masculine way. You can't be... babe, you on the way, eager? In a hurry,
you on the way, babe.
To have her put the Jason Love 4000 in your tender booty and stroke you. Nah, come on.
What is I'm listening to?
Man. He goes, which number Izell? And then he adds, get here now. Oh, I'm not
talking about get here now.
Now, I already knew it wasn't his first time because who starts off with the Jason Love 4000? Like, that don't even make sense. Right? You take it slow if it's your first time. But to get here now, bro, is a fiend.
Take it slow. Oh, my God, bro.
Now, she goes, this is where they're having some type of discussion or argument. And she goes, I'm the one effing you, sucking your nipples, playing with your butt. All type of ish, all type of weird ish. And you talking to me? Go have another hoe do it. F around, end up on the blogs. So she already gave him his warning. Apparently, he didn't heed the warning, and he got the dissing through songs. Now, he says, I take care of you. I told y'all, bruh. There's always something when it comes to men like Boston Richie who overcompensate with that trick and stuff. Man, whose entire personality is, I'm going to spend $1 million on you, bruh. It's always something. It's always something. Now we know it. He's overcompensating because, much like Diddy, he need a woman, right, to fully execute his weird fantasies. He goes, I take care of you. It's a difference, and I'm not capped. What I talk about on Instagram happening in real life when it comes to, hey, man.
Man, it's sad what we finding today in the age, man, especially in rap. There's so much going on, man. All these Diddies, all these goddamn Ted Bundys. It's just getting weirder and weirder each year. It's just getting weirder and weirder.
This dude is a hypersexual, bro.
Goddamn.
I just watched somebody make 12,000 dollars selling a t-shirt that took them literally minutes to make.
Now, more photos from August 30th, 2020. Oh, this is just but it doesn't stop here, people.
Say,
it
man,
gets
do anything
worse.
to please my man.
Okay,
well, that's
it doesn't
Boston?
stop here. Now this next part is something that we as normal people care about. The Boston Richie fans don't care about this. Okay, not one bit at all.
Slapped up and
so
shit.
Tati writes, "Song still up. So let's start with this day when you kidnapped me." Had me butt naked in a truck full of men while I was bleeding on my cycle. I was free bleeding the whole ride, by the way. And you took me from Orlando, Florida, all the way to Alabama. Couldn't call the police because your friends were patrolling me. And I was only able to take these photos quickly because you fell asleep. Every gas station stop, you would hold me down because I tried to bang on the windows and scream to get help. Posting the rest soon, 8-hour drive naked in a car full of men. And she showed it all, right? Which is,
again,
them in the car.
Time to get him, chat.
Them sleeping, her right there. That's him right here. That's the friends. And she's showing like how her eyes was busted. Yo, this dude is just a monster, bro. He's a monster. And that's scary. That's scary. And probably the most horrific part about all of this is
fucked up out here, man.
Him
all these
doing homosexual things, him being exposed as maybe gay. That will be the seller here. That will be the last straw for his despicable audience. It wouldn't be the fact that this dude is coming inches away from killing this girl, kidnapping her, doing things that no woman should ever be subjected to. Bro, being put naked in a car full of men while you're bleeding
to get
on
her
your
body
cycle?
chopped up and shit.
He took away that girl's dignity. But people won't care about that. His audience will only care, oh, damn, you gay cut? Nah, bro, we can't, all right, man. This is disgusting,
God.
This trifling. I don't like it, not one bit. Now, Boston Richie hasn't offered up a response. He never does, by the way. He don't ever respond.
He never talk about
when he
shit.
Gets exposed,
he don't even say shit.
Evidence that you can't
he only
really
talk about it in the rap.
Rebuttal.
That's one thing about Boston Richie. He don't say shit at all. Motherfucker like, yeah, you gay, woo, woo. He was not say shit. He'll talk about it in the rap, but he ain't gonna talk, you know what I'm saying, talk about it, you know what I'm saying, blatantly. Bro.
Wayno just crashed out on Dave East and finally drew the line in the sand. This was a long time coming, because whenever Wayno did interviews and they...
Oh yeah, Chad, we finna get into some David East. If y'all know who he is, he a rapper. Most of y'all know, you know. But we finna dive deep into the story, though. Because I don't
asked them about Dave East, more famously his Vlad TV interview. Wayno will always play nice. He would always kind of like skirt the line, but it was perfectly clear that Wayno and Dave East don't like each other. They don't care for each other. They didn't end on good notes. But Wayno will always be respectful until he did the Vlad TV interview where he's respectful and he felt like he skirted the issue and didn't throw Davies under the bus. But as most rappers do, they still give you a call to try to police your speech. And once Davies called Wayno after this Vlad TV interview or like hit him up, Wayno felt like Davies was ungrateful for how charitable he's been to him.
What ultimately happened with that relationship?
I mean, by the time Paranoia came out, I was like, we weren't working together anymore.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, we was having our differences. You know what I mean? Like we was having our differences because it was like, you know, it just was certain things that I just didn't want to be around. Like at that time, Dave had a lot of homies. You know what I mean? He went through what every rapper go through. You know what I mean? You got 100 people. It was 4 people. Then it's 10 people. Then it's 20 people. Then it's more people than you could count. We had a situation one time where I got frustrated. I kicked everybody out the studio because we really needed to focus on making this project. And we just was having differences, man. It was this one situation. It's funny because I mean, Dave don't talk about nothing with me. You know what I'm saying? And I respect it, but it's still a story and it's still our story. You feel me? It's like I can't tell my story even to how I'm here today without him being a chapter and vice versa. But it was one point where we was working on Paranoid. We was spending a lot of money in the studio. And for me, doing management, I had a tendency to kind of A&R my artists when I managed them. So it's like, I'm not only managing you, I might help you get a feature, or I might come to the table with an idea for a record. So I gave him a couple of ideas for some records and shit, and he went to the studio. And then when I came to the studio, I got there, and it was a party. It's a bunch of people. They not doing nothing. They just around, and none of these people were a part of like the core 10 that's together when we're on the road. Like it's different than the people that's at his house, that's around him, and when we on the road, I kicked everybody out. I said everybody. Like I told everybody get out. And then he was recording or something. I went off on a lot of his friends because I'm telling him like, yo, y'all just let him do anything. Like y'all let him do whatever. Like you know what I'm saying. And I don't know if that might have bothered Dave. It was another time where because I started my management company and I was turning it into a label, I had other artists, but I had called a meeting between all the producers I have, the artists I have, and it was for everybody to have a conversation. Like, yo, listen, Dave is on, like, I got Dave, he's doing this, but I wanted everybody to come together to say, well, listen, y'all seen what we just did with his deal, y'all need to get on y'all shit so we could get y'all some deals. And Dave had found out I was having this meeting. So when he found out I was having a meeting, I didn't invite him because he never used to come to places on time. So I didn't want to be waiting for the meeting to start and he's not there. So I'm like, you know, he could fall back from this because he was going to be my partner in my label.
Late as hell.
He ends up coming to the studio. He sits down. And he's upset that I didn't bring him to the meeting. But the meeting wasn't even about him. The meeting was for everybody to get their shit together. But I didn't see no reason for him to be here. You know? And it was nothing to slight him or nothing, but he was upset about that. He was really upset about that. So we started having these differences. You know what I mean? We started having these differences, and ultimately it led to him firing me.
Man,
he still had a problem.
He just misunderstood, you know what I'm saying, what was going on. He could have told him, like, man, look, it's a reason why I didn't ask you for you to be here, you know, bro, because they shit ain't together. Bro, your shit together. You don't need to be here. You know what I'm saying? He could have just told him like that. You know what I'm saying? They'd have been all good. He probably would have understood. But he ain't even say shit, so it made it look like, damn, nigga, you cancel me out of shit. Man, who the fuck is this nigga cancel me out of shit? Nigga, I'm Dave East, nigga. Nigga, I'm Dave East. Who the fuck is this nigga? Man, hey, what's motherfucker?
He still had a problem with that response. To me, that's like the perfect response. So, you know, when said, I bet, all right? You called my phone and having a problem with me trying to police my speech when I'm respectful, I'm done being respectful. The next time somebody asks me about Dave East, I'm going to say the real. And that's what happened, all right? And shout out to this brother, all right? Because, you know, he just happened to be the first person who got the interview after the fact. Because when Wayno was asked about Dave East in this new interview, Wayno didn't hold back, bro. He told the real about Dave East.
Yeah. Now, you had a big impact managing Dave East's career. You know what I'm saying? It's people have spoke on like how hard you were going. People say you went overboard. You know, for that situation there.
Yeah.
Looking back at it now, right? Is there anything that you feel like you would have done differently when it came to that management situation?
I would have kept it more business than personal.
I would have kept your heart in it, you mean?
I would have kept it way more, no, just my relationship with him. Mm-hmm. I would have kept it way more business than personal because I'm going to keep it 100, bro. I don't have no relationship with Davies at all.
Zero.
No, we don't have no relationship. And just most recently when I did Vlad's interview, when I spoke about him, one thing, call me whatever they want. Mm-hmm. I ain't a liar. Mm-hmm. That's two things I'm not. I'm not a liar. So when I spoke about him, he hit me and he was like, all that. And I'm like, oh, what? Mm-hmm. Me telling the truth about like my experience with you. I didn't throw you under the bus, which I really can. Mm-hmm. I don't know what camera looking at me, but yeah, I could throw you under the bus. But I didn't do that. And I don't like, the thing is like with this rap, respect the white man way more. You wanna know why? Because the white man don't get personal with you. The white man don't let you in his home and let you be around his kids. The white man don't tell you how he feel about you personally
that's
or
'cause he got the
share
money.
personal things with you. And when you do that with it, get that. And then when they forget that, you forget the foundation of what it was that we built. So yeah, we don't have no relationship, and I don't even care to have a relationship with that. You know what I mean? Because end of the day, I put in a lot of time.
Can you tell these are AI?
God damn it.
Not really.
Neither can we. Go to Artlist for the best quality.
For this, you know what I mean? A lot of time as far as work, resources, you know what I mean? Because I cared. It was two things. It was one was this. I was doing management. I had a couple of artists that I worked with that it didn't work.
You can feel Wayno's frustrations through the screen.
Yeah,
You
that
can
nigga
literally
pissed.
feel his frustration through the screen. Listening to Wayno talk is one of the main reasons why I would never in my life manage an artist. For those very same reasons and those very same frustrations is why, bro, I turn down all requests. I get hit up by artists all the time. Hey, Flock, hey, bro, step in and manage me, bro. I'm hot. Even artists who, for the most part, are on the verge to kind of get a record deal. I'm not doing it. You know why?
No,
Because
no.
rappers are narcissistic. You've never met anybody more narcissistic than a rapper. Rappers are evil. They're scumbags. They're bad people. A rapper will look at you and watch you spend all your money, take food out of your kid's mouth to make a way for his career.
Bro.
Right? Do what you got to do. Utilize your
I can see
relationships.
that.
Put your blood, sweat, and tears into this. Put all your money, all your income, all your effort into this because you believe in the bigger picture. And as soon as that rapper make it, he going to look you in your eyes and ask you, what did you do for me?
Yeah.
How did you make me blow up? Why do you need 15% of everything I get, huh?
Like, nigga, I work for this, nigga. What the fuck?
There's literally no fairy tale ending when dealing with a rapper. Nobody has ever had a fairy tale ending dealing with a rapper, bro.
Shit.
Look at the people who blew up Lil Uzi Vert. They're not with him no more.
Bro, they definitely
Look
not
at
with
the
him.
people who blew up your favorite rapper. They're not with them anymore.
He left their
At
ass
all.
in the dust.
So I understand Wayno's frustration. Wayno's frustration is, bro, I had a lot of things in order. I had a lot of things lined up. I put a lot of my eggs in this one basket, which was Dave East, and it was just like it was successful. It was something where it was like a building block, right? The Dave East piece was like a building block. It was a strong foundation. I was about to build other things on top of that foundation that was gonna make me rival the major labels. I was gonna build an empire, and Dave East was a big building block to that. But as soon as I was about to build this huge house, this conglomerate, Davies got selfish.
Yeah.
Davies pulled the plug. Davies did everything to sabotage
Like,
it.
man, hell
And
no.
because of that, Wayno is still
Those are
upset
my
and he's
own
not
shit.
letting it go.
And then I had one that I was like, all right, if I could
That's
get
how
one
it
to
is,
work,
though.
it's gonna grant opportunity, not just for me, but for whomever that is. And I could really build something off of that. And we built some real shit. And at the point where we built some real shit, that selfish ways is what crumbled
That's how
everything.
it be. Shit.
You know what I mean? I know, like, this is the first time I'm even speaking about this, and I don't mind speaking about it because I will speak about it more in detail on my platform if I feel that way. But I'm not gonna sit here and lie every time a name come up and they say, "Oh, what happened? Oh no, we just had our differences and we walked away." If you know me and my wife was together for mad long and you couldn't see we was inseparable at one time, and then one day we not together no more, and I say, "Yo," you say, "What happened?" I say, "We grew apart." You're gonna accept that at the moment.
Right.
But you're gonna say, nah, it's not just that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that ain't just what happened.
Because you
And
feel
the
that
thing
shit
with,
inside,
what
like,
me and
nah,
him
it
was,
ain't
there
just
was
that,
good times.
man.
There was very, very good times, but I can't talk about the good times without talking about the bad times because they're a product of one another.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna sit here, oh no, he never fired. Yeah, that fired me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat it to make his image look better. Who the f- this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool on all these rap, bro, for real. The ones I got respect for know it, and the ones that don't, it is what it is.
Situations like that put a bad taste in your mouth for rappers, period.
Not necessarily. A lot of them have common traits. I think
Make you don't want to work with them
creatives
again. That's
at one
all.
point or another, especially when they don't understand businesses. This is not about dude. I'm just saying, period.
Right.
Creatives have a problem with people monetizing their work. So if it's cool when they give you a check, but then when yeah, I gave you a check. I want some back. I'm the one that made. You know what I mean? Like I made this.
That's when the selfish shit
and
come
I wish,
in,
yo, bro, as an independent media personality, I really wish that, not wish necessarily, but you know how great it would be to have a person come to me and say, "Oh, Wayno, I got a lot of resources, I got a lot of relationships. What you're doing is cool, but I can help you get to another level, and I'm gonna give you that. And all I want is a piece of that, a piece of what you get. That's more than enough for me because I know what it takes. See, a lot of these, when you're not with them or around them, they don't think that you're doing anything.
Right.
They don't think that you have any value, and only a person that doesn't see the value in themselves wholeheartedly can't see the value in another person. You know what I mean? Like
fire.
I value myself, and I know what I put into what it is I do. So the people who try to help me do something, I value their time. I value their commitment. I don't give a fuck if it's making a phone call, a text message, or email to tell somebody about what it is I'm doing or to bridge that gap a little bit further. I value that. But when you don't value a person,
you could tell he put a lot in that shit.
All I am is a dollar sign to you.
Right. Feel some type of way.
And why am I getting what I'm getting? You feel me?
know, shout out to my brother Danza.
That's my dog. What?
I told him I was coming to do your interview.
That nigga angry, boy.
He's like, yo, Fred, he a solid dude.
I'm going to say this, and I don't say this about just anybody. Wayno is one of those dudes, and I think somebody said this about Takeoff. Yo, if you see somebody beefing with Wayno, they're the issue. Wayno is one of those dudes that if you got a problem with Wayno, that if Wayno is getting hostile or disrespectful with you, you earned it. Wayno don't bother nobody, bro.
Yeah, Takeoff.
Wayno is one of those dudes who are like Wayno is like a I never
seen Takeoff.
If there was ever a thing as a perfect Muslim is Wayno. Like, bro, Wayno is a family man. He's a Muslim, and he really lives his life as a Muslim.
He was the calmest amigo.
Kind, you know, like
calmest
he's
amigo.
just a chill dude, and he leads with morals and principles and integrity, right? But Wayno ain't really shy to give his opinion either. And I feel like right now, and he kind of explained it as well, and during his interview, he was at a point where, you know, he kept quiet on a lot of things. He ain't really give his opinion. Being in media, he felt like he was being held back because he was trying to protect relationships with these rappers, right? And he felt like while trying to protect relationships with these rappers, he was kind of holding back on Everyday Struggle and other platforms that he was on. And now he's realizing, man, these rappers don't F with you, bro. Like, yo, these rappers like claim they F with you, but it's all fake. So now he's not holding back. So he's going to give his real opinion about you, but it's not personal. He's in media, right? Like, I'm sure if I give an opinion on Wayno, he would treat like it's media and vice versa. But let me know in the comment section, bro, what y'all think about this, all right? Yo, y'all think Dave East did Wayno wrong, man? Now, Dave East, for some reason, would not do...
I don't know. Shit. Well, I feel like he did put too much into that business, though, into that shit. Like, most motherfuckers like that, I feel like you just gotta have a backup plan when you in shit like that, because these rappers ain't guaranteed. They can just fire your ass and get another motherfucker better than you. So he should have had a backup plan. That's what I always try to run with, a backup plan. Shit. If this shit don't go right, I got this shit right here. Shit, we finna get into some Fredo Bang. Oh shit, let me fix my shit real quick. Finna get into some Fredo Bang, though.
Police say 46-year-old West Clark was shot and killed outside Gain God Fitness near Greenwell Springs Road Wednesday around noon. Investigators call it a targeted attack, once again by two masked gunmen who they believe later took off in a vehicle they left parked not far away from the crime.
And another thing, Cleasy, I don't know if he feels
he involved in it?
He's a landlord and he can move however he want to move, but history proves that that's not true.
If you live in Baton Rouge, please don't be anywhere you don't have to be until they find out who killed Cleasy 5, because y'all know how violent the city gets when somebody with a name life gets taken.
at www.patreon.com/hookah scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram. Who would be bold enough to pull off something like this in broad day in that area? Which also made everyone else believe that this had to be a targeted attack of some sort, but the only thing is how or why. Some say maybe he was followed, maybe somebody dropped his location. Nobody really knows because even information from the news reports were very vague. However, now we're hearing that there's even more to the story, and the attack may have even came from someone who Cleasy knew, indicating that someone he trusted was a snake. Now, whether the person he knew pulled the trigger or sent someone to do the job is something we don't know yet. However, surveillance footage of the shooters have even been released, showing the moments the two suspects had on ski masks and all black as they walked through the gym's parking lot just moments before the shooting occurred. Now, before we even get into how or why people are saying that it came from someone close, understand that these days you can't trust nobody. If life was a book, we would be living in the chapter of who needs enemies when you have friends like these. Every time we turn around, you hear of someone getting backdoored by their own friends. And whatever the reason is, I don't think anything is worth taking the life of someone you know or even once called your friend. This is becoming way too common to the point where you have guys now even calling themselves snakes, slimes, shiesty. And back in the days, those were all words that were considered an insult, but somehow these guys wear that title as a badge of honor. Pooh Shiesty even said it in his First Day Out song that ain't nobody is as slime
he
as
the biggest slime. He did
so
say
when you
that
willingly hang around guys who glorify that type of behavior and indulge in that type of lifestyle,
he said don't let that dirt verse go to your head. He the biggest slime out here, bro.
They end up doing some snake, slimy, or shiesty thing to you at some point because nobody is exempt. Now we're going to get into a few things we now learn concerning this situation, including updated news reports and social media posts from close friends calling out snake behavior, alluding to what happened to Cleasy. Fredo Bang haven't issued a response yet to the situation, but I'm sure he would on his own time, being as though the two were very close. So y'all hit that thumbs up button, hype the video so we can get into the algorithm, and if you not subscribed to the
that left a man dead. Ethan?
I think there were lots of members of the public who showed up at the crime scene, and now police need the public's help in finding the two masked men behind this brazen murder. Police say 46-year-old West Clark was shot and killed outside Gain God Fitness near Greenwell Springs Road Wednesday around noon. Investigators call it a targeted attack, once again by two masked gunmen who they believe later took off in a vehicle they left parked not far away from the crime.
It was a targeted attack. The victim was out there working out, and as he was working out, we know those two suspects walked up and fired upon the victim multiple times, thus killing him at the scene. So we don't have much at this particular time, so we rely heavily on the community and those who know what happened or have an idea as to what happened to give us a call so we can follow up on the information that they give us.
And local rapper Fredo Bang says Clark was his manager. He credits Clark with helping his music career take off. We'll have his full statement tonight at 6, and we'll hear more from police on leads they're working just a day since this deadly incident. Guys, that's coming up at 6.
Oh my God, son. So I just passed. This street is like right next to yours, son. Oh my God. And this man is dead. This man is dead.
They blessed his ass.
Oh my God.
Now, as you can see, two men were caught on camera walking through the parking lot, and judging from the surveillance, you can tell everything was premeditated, and these guys went to the gym with every intention on doing what they did. We still don't know who these guys were or how they knew where Cleasy would be at, but obviously they had to drop on him some way, somehow. I say this because everything was perfectly timed to the T. It's not like they were there and jumped out of the car once they saw him. Instead, it's like they knew when he was coming out and knew exactly when to start heading in his direction exactly as he was making his way to his vehicle. Either they're just that lucky or they already had knowledge of his movements. Now, according to a close associate by the name of Little Hurt, he would take to his IG story to say, quote, "I'm logging out this ish on G, the world getting too P and everybody too fake, ninjas jealous, in this world and they dirty too, for a little fame and a big name, they'll murder you. sometimes you don't know how important a moment is until it become a memory. One love to the gangsters who never made it
That
out.
definitely had
Rip
me,
the
though.
guys, free the guys. I could see a snake from a mile away. Now, as you can see, judging from his response to the situation, it don't seem like something that came from the ops. It seemed like he's insinuating that it came from in-house. And even if it did come from ops, then maybe it was set up by someone close or something. He mentioned a snake.
In-house, definitely.
Usually whenever someone mentioned that in these situations, it's due to someone close having something to do with whatever transpired. Keep in mind, he isn't the only one saying this. You have another individual who goes by the name of 3J, who made a video about a year ago warning Cleasy to stay out of Baton Rouge. They say Cleasy was being hard-headed and had more than enough money to get out the city and live comfortably instead of being in the
You
war
got
zone.
all the money, man. Get the fuck out of there, bro. Just got the fuck on.
Cleasy, I don't know if he feel like he the landlord and he can move however he want to move, but history proves that that's not true. History proves or whatever that you gotta move right and slippers count. You feel me? When slipping up or whatever, that count like a lot. You feel me? A lot of rappers or whatever being
I ain't gonna lie,
slipped up
Chad.
or whatever, you feel.
Shit, if you got the money, all that shit, bro, just get the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? Don't put your pride up like, man, shit. Nobody ain't gonna touch me. Yeah. Oh, I'm raw as hell out here. I'm a real ass nigga out here. I stand on business, goddammit. No, man, fuck all that, bro. You know what I'm saying? You wanna live longer. You wanna move to Texas somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that shit. You know, fuck all that being tough and all that, bro. Your ass gonna end up dead somewhere 6 feet under, folks.
A lot of rappers real life slipped up. So it's like, I hate that for him or whatever, moving around BR like that though. Like, I really do. I hate that for him.
So I don't give a fuck.
Like, so much or whatever.
I'll
like
get the fuck
that.
on.
Because it's like,
Well, you a bitch, so
you be
fuck
locked
what?
up.
I'm living
And
longer,
it's like,
motherfucker.
You feel like you can move how
Yeah.
you was moving before you got locked up. Like, at first, like, it won't be a big, like, it probably not a big bag on your head or whatever like that. You feel me? And I remember a long time ago, me and Cleasy was talking, right? And like, I had to find it or whatever like that. I had to find the messages or whatever. And then I told him whatever, like, niggas been trying to like get at me or whatever, you know, like knock me out. And he said, shit, bruh, niggas been trying to do that for years or whatever like that. You feel me? So I hate that for him or whatever to feel like to get out
this nigga.
or whatever. And feel like
slow as hell.
I can move the same way, bro, because to me, I feel like every move should be calculated or whatever, basically
get to the
thought
point.
about before you do it.
Now, also, if y'all remember, G Money, who was an artist that lost his life in 2017, he was also a part of TBG. He was a close friend to not only Fredo Bang,
Get to the
but
fucking
Cleasy
point.
as well. His mother would take to Facebook and respond to Cleasy losing his life, as she would say, quote, "Man, I'm hurt and I'm mad. How you let them unalive you like that? You the landlord. You was supposed to watch yourself better than this. You was really a real one, and
Can't
we really
watch
gonna miss you
everything.
till we meet
Shit,
again.
the fuck?
Long live Cleasy 5, the real landlord forever." Now, Cleasy called himself the landlord. Maybe he took that a little too serious and carried himself around Baton Rouge.
I would
like he
hire
really
somebody
was
else to
one.
be the landlord.
However, sometimes
Fuck
when you
that.
ignore the signs, you just may have to deal with the consequences that come with it. See, Baton Rouge is an area where TBG rivals also frequent at, so Cleasy was playing with fire, being comfortable going to the gym as if the streets aren't on fire. Maybe he felt because he was older that he had nothing to do with the
Ain't
younger
the
members' beef or
landlord.
whatever. But one thing we do know is this:
He the
when it's real
landlord.
beef outside, whether you're a family member or friend, you still have to be on point because it becomes a time where if they can't get their target, you are just as valuable. Keep in mind, Cleasy was definitely a top OG member of TBG, so this definitely sent shockwaves through the hood.
Man.
And you could bet your bottom dollar that it will be bloodshed behind his situation. And if
Most
y'all know anything
definitely.
about the streets, this happened way too
Motherfuckers
often.
gonna be sliding
Where
and
maybe
gliding.
somebody close to you want to get you knocked off so they can have your spot, or just anything pertaining to people being jealous. We're not sure why, but as more come out about this, we will keep you guys updated. But as for now, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that.
Yep, motherfuckers gonna be sliding and gliding. Oh God.
Launch your store in no time with Shopify. Choose your theme, customize to fit your style, and start.
A rising music star with millions.
Alright, y'all. We finna get into this David and Celeste again. There's some more updates. So we finna get into it.
Of fans is now charged with one of the most disgusting, disturbing cases the internet has seen in years. Over the past few days, documents have been spreading across social media. Documents that appear to outline the detailed criminal case involving the 21-year-old singer David. A timeline of claims so graphic it could be used in a horror movie. But this was backed by evidence and created by a team of detectives and prosecutors. Within the Superior Court of Los Angeles, 21-year-old David now stands accused of silencing his 14-year-old girlfriend with a knife and chainsaw. Quick pause, because this might actually help you out. If you've ever needed access to your money before payday, go to your current card. In 2022, after snippets started going viral on TikTok. The song would hit 33 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. That same year, he'd signed to Interscope Records, and his career would continue rising over the next few years. In August of 2025, he was touring, but by September, the tour and all public appearances was suspended following the death of a 14-year-old girl named Celeste.
The crazy part about this chat, he killed her last month around this time. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward to now, this nigga locked up. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That shit crazy.
And the reasons why? The suspicions of David's involvement. On September 8th, 2025, heavily decomposed human remains were found in Los Angeles inside the front trunk of an impounded vehicle registered to David. A tow yard worker had contacted the Los Angeles Police Department to investigate the foul odor reeking from the vehicle. 8 days later, the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner identified the body as that of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Her body discovered 1 day before her 15th birthday. 2 days later, LAPD investigators executed a search warrant at a Hollywood Hills property previously occupied by David. Electronic materials, including a computer, were seized, and shortly after, David's manager terminated the lease on the property, and David moved out. Court documents unsealed in February of 2026 would reveal that David was the target of a Los Angeles grand jury investigation into her death. On April 16th, David Burke was placed under arrest. His lawyer publicly stating evidence in the case will reveal his innocence.
Gotcha, bitch. Got his ass. Got his ass, chat.
Murder.
Got that motherfucker.
Rivas Hernandez, nor was he the cause
Finally
of her
got that
death.
little motherfucker.
And we would like to be able to have the evidence come into the light of day at the earliest opportunity in order to establish that.
4 days later, the state filed charges of first-degree murder, lewd acts with a minor under 14, and mutilation of a body. Now, prosecutors apparently heard David's lawyer was saying the evidence will reveal his innocence. So the prosecutors decided to reveal some of this evidence. The dismembered body of 14-year-old Celeste was found in the front trunk of David's Tesla. The vehicle was towed 3 days prior, parked 400 feet away from his home. Surveillance video would show he was the last to drive it before leaving Los Angeles on tour. At the tow yard, detectives located the Tesla swarmed with flies. Opening the trunk, they observed a black cadaver bag covered in maggots. The waterproof bag was designed to store or transport human or animal remains while containing the fluids and odors. Inside, her severely decomposed head and torso. A plastic garbage bag contained her arms and legs, and upon further examination, detectives noted Celeste's ring and pinky finger were amputated from the hand and not found
Just
in
to
the
think
Tesla.
about that shit. You just
Homicide
picture it in your
detectives
head.
uncovered
That shit
David met
crazy.
Celeste in 2022 when she was just 11 years old. They began a physical relationship when she was just 13 and him 18. In February of 2024, she'd be reported as a runaway. Police would find David's number in her cell phone, contacting him, to which he claimed he was unaware she was a minor, unaware she ran away, and spoke to her days before she went missing. Police went as far as going to David's house to perform a wellness check. Again, he was informed she was a 13-year-old runaway, and he again claimed he was unaware, stating he only met her once the previous year. He'd further state he was unaware of where she was, and 2 days later, she returned home. Detectives learned David continued to pursue her. Returning home, her parents took her cell phone away, and David went as far as traveling to her middle school and paying a student in her class $1,000 to give her a phone he bought her. Throughout 2024, she'd spent significant time with David, spending weekends at his home in Hollywood Hills, traveling to Las Vegas, London,
That's
and
what
even
kills me.
Texas
The
to
parents
meet
didn't give
his
a fuck
family.
about it.
Detectives recovered text messages in reference to pregnancy, abortion, and using Plan B. Explicit photographs would also be found, corroborating their physical relationship. April 23rd, 2025 is the likely date of her death as her cell phone activity ceased. The night prior, her and David engaged in a lengthy argument through text. The messages revealed her jealousy of David's relationships with other women, and she threatened to expose their relationship to end his career and destroy his life. This was just days before David's first studio album was set to be released.
Hey, and one thing, like, when she did that, you know what I'm saying, he told her, he sent her a text like, yeah, can you come to my house and all that, you know what I'm saying, I send an Uber, and she did it. I just felt like she should have never did that shit. Like, she sent the text like, yeah, I'm finna jeopardize your career, you know what I'm saying, I'm finna tell everybody you with a 13-year-old, like, he, in his head right there, he like, I should kill this bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was just a spark to kill her ass. Just like that. And she wasn't even thinking, Chad. She wasn't even thinking about it. She's 13, but rest her soul.
Future
though.
tours worth
Rest her
millions.
soul.
He couldn't let that happen. April 23rd, 2025 at 8:40 p.m., David sent an Uber to pick up Celeste from her house. She arrived at 10:10 p.m. 20 minutes later, David texted her phone asking where she was.
I'm up on his story.
But she was already dead. He stabbed her multiple times, standing by as she bled out. He'd killed her right after she arrived to his house, then texted her as a premeditated plan to cover up the murder.
Like soon she instantly came to the house, you know what I'm saying, opened up the door, that's when he started stabbing her ass up. You know what I'm saying? 10-10. Then that's when he started texting like, where you at? Where you at? Woo. Playing like, you know what I'm saying, she ain't there and shit like that.
An hour later, he drove to a nearby county to dispose of evidence and destroy her property. He'd continue texting her phone, even calling. Calculated acts he'd planned to set up his defense if later questioned by police. He'd return home in the early morning before going to a radio interview to speak on the release of his new album. He'd send 2 additional texts that day, and on April 26th, he never attempted to contact her again. In the days after he killed her, he'd order tools to dismember and dispose of her body. A shovel, 2 chainsaws, a body bag, laundry bags, and a blue inflatable pool. He made these purchases under a fake female name. He placed her body in the inflatable pool.
It was under her name.
Fluids. He'd use the chainsaw to remove
believe
her
it was under
limbs.
her name.
He'd cut her fingers off to remove his name off one and a matching tattoo off the other. He'd then bag the body parts, placing them in his vehicle to rot for several weeks, possibly even months. He'd lie to his friends, business associates, and others who noticed the smell of decay coming from his home or around his car. A search warrant would find evidence consistent with the dismemberment inside the garage, including Celeste's blood. Prosecutors would state they have graphic photographs of David and Celeste engaged in activities from when she was 13. Numerous texts speaking on their relationship, pregnancy, abortion. Messages from Celeste complaining how all they do is get physical and how she wanted more for herself. The messages coming directly from David's iCloud account. The prosecutors have David's cell phone GPS locations, surveillance of him being the last to park his Tesla, proof of Amazon purchases and deliveries to his home, Uber records, and the text of Celeste threatening to expose it all and end his career.
And that's what killed him.
One of
right
the
there.
sickest cases in recent years of a perverted individual who thought he could live a celebrity life of glamour and glitz, pulling in millions while hiding his 14-year-old secret. A child he met at only 11 years old, groomed to be his, manipulated to
and then
be
the killer
quiet.
part, Chad, it wasn't even just her. It's another one too.
He kept her hidden in plain sight.
We found out it was
hiring
another
a
one.
lookalike for his music video Here With Me, a song with over 300 million views and lyrics saying, "I don't care how long it takes. As long as I'm with you, I've got a smile on my face." These lyrics blowing up on TikTok and Instagram Reels, you may have not even recognized were his, but now when you hear them, they'll eerily haunt you as you realize who he was talking about. David's videos seem to always have a woman resembling Celeste in a pattern of death. She'd even be seen on a live stream with him that's now been deleted, as what was said was taken as a joke, but now the truth can be seen behind the laughter.
I media trained you.
No, you didn't.
That's controversial.
It's controversial of raping kids.
Celeste right there.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Should have got his ass right
Really
there.
good. It's been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah,
She
mwah.
look like
Oh my-
Celeste.
Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes.
Hey, yo,
everything
that's
goes.
cooked
Everything.
anyway, nigga.
He called her his girlfriend, but she was only his victim. A child who fell into the arms of a sick, twisted man who may now face execution by the state of California.
They should not
as
kill
he is
him.
not only eligible,
They should not kill
but
him, Chad.
deserving. And if the state of California
Chad, what they need to do to this man, I feel like they should just keep him, you know what I'm saying, just keep him, you know what I'm saying, in jail for a long ass time for life. You know what I'm saying? Just suffering. You know what I'm saying? Just give him, you know what I'm saying, a piece of bread, you know what I'm saying, every 8 months, nigga. God damn it. That you just started to give a piece of bread for every 8 months. That's it. That's all you get, nigga. Just a piece of bread for, you know what I'm saying, 8 months.
Hail Celeste, the prisoners of California will surely avenge her as people like him
That's what he
are
need.
left dead in cells yearly for crimes like his. This is one of the most disturbing
You don't
cases
go outside, you don't
that
see
I've
shit,
covered.
just in the dark. Just eat piece of bread.
An 18-year-old attracted to a 13-year-old who had every opportunity to leave her alone.
Every
Who
opportunity,
pursued
bro.
this child as far as going to her middle school as an adult and paying another child $1,000 to give her a phone so he could keep communicating with her.
Nigga, you
Once
could have got a goddamn, like, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, somebody grown as hell, you know what I'm saying, looking beautiful, thick, all type of shit. You just went with a 13-year-old, you know what I'm saying, don't really know, don't got the full of life constructed yet in her head, don't even know what's going on. And you just, this guy,
see
this fucking
his
guy.
music videos and how much she was referenced, how obsessed he was with her. It's just sad. It's sad that she wasn't able to be saved. It's sad that she was running away to him. And it's disgusting what he did.
He had a hard life.
He knew the entire time his career was on the line. He hit her in plain sight. That's the best way to describe it.
She had a hard life.
And when she finally grew the courage to go at him, even threatening him to end his career, she knew the power that she had. And when she finally let him know that she knew how much power she had, he silenced her, stabbing
just
her,
like that, man.
bleeding her out inside of a fucking pool.
That's when he
before
started doing
dismembering
it.
her with a chainsaw. You don't
He got the
wish things on people, right?
Oh shit.
You don't. It's not good karma. It's not, you know. But if someone was to come across a large piece of metal inside of prison and use the concrete to sharpen this piece of metal for hours and hours, making it so that it was not only sharp enough to
like he
pierce
forging
skin,
the motherfucker, like
but muscle, tissue, organs, might even knock a chunk out of a bone, right? And then that inmate was to run down on David in his prison cell and punish him and put him through the same, if not worse, pain
stab
that
his
he put
ass
that
up.
14-year-old girl
But keep him
through.
alive though. Just keep stabbing him up though.
I wouldn't be mad about it.
Bro, I wouldn't either.
I would happily make the video covering
shit.
and I would assume that this inmate would take his time.
I'm trying to tell you.
After hearing
I'd
what
be
he
so
did to
happy.
this girl, I would
I'd
assume
be
he
happy
would
as
take
fuck,
his
Chad.
time. And if you've ever read up on prison
I'd be one of the first to cover the shit
reports,
my
they don't
damn
just
self.
get hit once or twice. They get hit 50 to 100 times. And I don't know if the state of California will follow through.
They
and
should,
execute
man.
him.
You know what? No, don't execute him though. Don't execute him.
But the
don't
inmates of
execute that
California
man.
absolutely fucking will. They have a long history
don't do
of
it.
doing so.
He need to
I
get
don't
punished.
think there's
That's the
a
easy way
protective
out.
Custody unit.
Death is the
that
easy
he
way
won't
out.
get touched at. Let's
He
not
need to
forget
get
Tory
punched
Lanez
up,
is in protective custody and was in
smack,
protective
all
custody
type of shit get
when they stabbed
slammed
him.
down, all type of
So
shit, bro.
imagine what they
Like,
would
all
do with
that.
someone like this. It's terrible. It's disgusting. I try not to wish negative things on people because I
Man,
try to
fuck
be
that.
some
Wish
form of
negative
an
on this
influence here
motherfucker.
on YouTube.
He need it.
But if I
He
was an
deserved
inmate
it.
and somebody like that came in and got punished,
I mean, he
I'd
little
probably
as hell.
laugh
He
about
can't
it,
do shit. He small than
smile
motherfucker.
about it,
Motherfucker just
smoke about
treat
it,
his ass like a bitch.
make some food, talk about it. I wouldn't have any sympathy.
Oh, bro.
People like him, even the correction officers don't want to see you breathe.
Hell nah. But we want to see you
When you
breathe.
do
I want to see
something
you
like
breathe,
this,
though. I want you to
it's
suffer.
hard
That's what I want to see. I want to see the
sometimes
suffering.
to believe all sins are equal when you hear something like this. When you know someone is like this, willing to do something like this,
Man,
especially if you're a father to girls.
I ain't even a father,
no
and that shit
sympathy
just
for
pissed
them.
me off.
And hopefully the state of California doesn't fail Celeste and her family. Hopefully justice is served. And when
Real,
David
Chad.
meets his demise, whether by someone else or he does it to himself, I'll be sure to make the video and give y'all the
I'll be
update.
up on that.
But let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section. It's
I'll
1090J.
definitely be up on
I'm
that.
rocking with y'all or y'all rocking with me. Till next time.
I'll be one of the first trying to tell y'all, Chad. I ain't playing with it. I want to see his ass get fucked up for real.
Yo, baby.
Oh yeah, man. We finna get into JR, All-Star JR in that Ben 10 situation. Man, the feds looking like they finna just throw away the key on his ass. We finna get into it.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/hoopscore and follow us there. Now, without further ado, let's get to state news, as he has just been alerted that while he's fighting this case where he's accused of shooting a few people at a restaurant in Houston, till further notice, his bond has been denied. Many of us felt that JR would of course get a bond due to the nature in which everything took place, even with Houston PD leaning towards his side of the story, but according to the law, he may have to sit down for a bit while the process is underway. Now, for y'all that don't know what's going on, Detroit rapper All-Star JR was in Houston when he would attend a restaurant lounge by the name of Confessions. As he was leaving the restaurant, Ben 10 along with others such as OG3, Detta and Ron would spot the rapper and then an argument followed. They say shortly after, you can see Ben 10 and others attempt to take JR's jewelry, including his watch and chain, as a bunch of other guys would proceed to beat on JR as well.
Why the
One
fuck
thing
he
led
get
to another,
denied?
and somehow a firearm fell on the ground. JR got a hold of the gun and would proceed to shoot anyone in sight that he felt had something to do with taking his jewelry. According to reports, Dead and Ron was shot and now his finger had to be amputated. OG3 was pulled from the melee just in time by who some believe was his mother, so he wasn't shot at all, fortunately. Now NBA Ben 10 would get it the worst.
Hey, wait a minute, chat. Hold on. This what happened. He, you know what I'm saying, the rest of the story too. Before, you know what I'm saying, before he did all the shooting and shit. What was happening, supposedly, when Ben 10 came up on him, you know what I'm saying, they took his chain, they beat his ass. Boom, 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 bop, 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 they beat his ass. He, you know what I'm saying, he beat his ass to sleep. They woke his ass back up. Beat his ass again. Boop, 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 pop, 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 pop. He went to sleep. They did it like 4 times. Then that last time he woke up like Superman and started blasting everybody like, you know what I'm saying, just letting rocks though. You know what I'm saying? And that's how that shit happened. Supposedly. That's what was said.
Because he was one of the first ones shot. As he laid on the floor, All-Star JR would continue shooting him until he would eventually run out of bullets and then proceeded to leave the firearm in the restaurant as he made his way out from the scene. We will find out why Ben 10 was laying there and couldn't go nowhere, because we've also learned from Houston police that since April 15th, Ben 10 didn't have any feeling in his legs, indicating that he was
paralyzed.
He paralyzed. There's been rumors about him being paralyzed before, but Ben 10 kept making it seem like they were just rumors, ignored it, and he was okay. However, once it came out in the investigation reports, the jig was up because he could no longer lie. That being said, All-Star JR will go on a troll shortly after, as anybody would do who got their jewelry taken and almost could have lost their life. However, that trolling would come back to haunt him in the long run, as just as much of his fans was watching, so were the feds. JR has been picked up by the feds and charged with being a felon in possession of a weapon.
You know what? That's why I feel like that's what All-Star JR went wrong at. You know what I'm saying? He started trolling after the fact. Now, if he would have, you know what I'm saying, went to the feds and all that shit, and you know what I'm saying, yeah, beat it, you know what I'm saying, all that, then troll. Then it would have been cool. But he popped his ass, all that shit, trolled. Now the feds on your ass, nigga.
Facts. Bro. The good thing is he wasn't picked up for the shooting. Presumably it's because police can't fully say that it was his gun, but also maybe because they realized that he was just defending himself at the time of the shooting. Now, did he go a little
convicted felon still?
Maybe so.
But so he wasn't supposed to have a gun. He wasn't supposed to have
now,
no
since being
gun.
arrested, they say that he was fully cooperative while he lawyered up right away and was
shit, he trying to defend himself.
As I told y'all before, I'm not surprised he was locked up because a few people were shot. Whether he's innocent or not, the law still have to do their job.
Hey,
to
I'm still on
determine
his
that,
side. I'm
or
going with
while
JR.
you have to prove
I'll
your
start
innocence.
JR side. Fuck
And
that.
if everything check
He
out the way
was
it's
trying
supposed
to
to,
defend
he will be
himself.
let go.
Niggas was saying
However,
trying to rob him.
nobody can escape the process when it comes to the court of law. Simple as that. So right now, JR is just going through the process. But the thing that I am mainly surprised about is the feds picking this case up. Like we stated in the previous video, the feds don't just come for regular cases like this. The state will handle it, and if someone is under federal investigation or federal witness protection, then they will step in. Or if they feel a need to, but usually it goes to the state first. But for some reason, the feds automatically picked this case up, and that's the part that got me wondering. Could it be that someone was already under federal investigation at the time of the shooting?
I believe so.
Who knows? But what we do know is that All-Star JR had a detention hearing on April 27th, and according to reports published by My Mixtapes, the order of detention states that All-Star JR was denied bond and will remain in custody pending trial. Now, honestly, I think they're purposely doing this because him being out will cause more damage than good than him being inside if you think about it. They already spoke on retaliation, and they believe that it will happen as they mentioned it in the first news conference that they did. So to alleviate that, which could be very dangerous, they'd rather keep him inside for now. The only bad part about that is, when you're awaiting trial, it could take a long time. As y'all see with Little Dirk, he's already almost 3 years in, I believe, and he can't come home until he hears the verdict at trial. Which means the only time he's coming home, if he does, is if he's found not guilty in trial. Which is why guys mainly like to fight their cases from the outside, of course. It's very blurry, but judging from the order of detention papers, it basically states a few of the factors of why he wasn't granted release, and is mainly due to All-Star JR's background being a prior convicted felon, and then the nature of the crime, which makes him seem like a danger to the community. In which,
but my thing though, I'm finna go a little bit deeper. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit deeper, real quick. So I really think. You know what I'm saying? Because I was looking up, you know what I'm saying, my last video. If y'all seen my last video, what's his name? Damn. Man, it's one of my videos a couple days ago. I just recently posted that shit. He was talking about this shit. And he was talking about Prince, JR Prince and shit. Basically, the feds was on them. If y'all know who JR Prince is, that's Mob Ties. If y'all know what Mob Ties is and shit, you know what I'm saying? It's some shit you gotta check in. I think that's Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, they trying to the feds really trying to crack down on them. So basically they trying to get All-Star JR to talk and Ben 10 to talk, because Ben 10 was with, you know what I'm saying, JR Prince and shit like that. But hey, I don't know.
I don't know how,
if that's
because
the case,
he seemed like he was defending himself.
That's fucked up.
That's the law. Many people say that if it was self-defense, why does he gotta be penalized? And I'm gonna state 2 reasons why the self-defense part may not stick as much as people assume. Now, 1, when he first shot NBA Ben 10 and he was laying on the floor, he would have been good. But what hurts him in that situation is that after shooting him, he left and then came back, making it look more like retaliation, manic, than actually defending or protecting himself, because at that point, he was no longer a threat. Not to mention, they made it very, very clear that All-Star JR was also shooting at people who was running away. I feel the reason they highlighted that is because, once again, it proves that he was no longer in danger because there was no threat. So at that point, he was the one inflicting the danger. So in that case with Ben 10, I don't know if the state would probably charge him with an attempt or assault, who knows? But once again, the part where he came back is probably what's gonna hurt him the most. Now, I seen a post on Facebook where someone brought up why the feds may have been involved, and it makes perfect sense. It states that when they looked up the firearm, it probably traced back to Michigan, which means that if it was in Texas, then clearly it was moved across state lines. Whether they know he carried it or not, knowing that he's from Michigan and his firearm traces back to there, but it's in Texas now, what's the only common sense thing to assume, right? And as long as you can convince a jury of that, then that's what it'll be.
What they saying, that's
I don't
his
know
gun?
if maybe that's the whole reason for the feds picking him up or what. But everyone's asking why the people who was trying to rob him isn't in custody yet. Well, I'm not sure. but maybe it's because both of them are currently in the hospital. I don't know. Or once again, it could be something bigger than what we all think, and they're purposely not being brought in yet, but who knows? As of right now, I guess JR's lawyer got his work cut out for him after all. However, I don't see him doing 15 years. That's just the big bubble that they always put for people when you first get locked up. Of course, it's going to get knocked down. It's just the annoying process of having to stay in jail instead of being able to fight your case from the outside. If you haven't been remanded before,
tell on
then you know that feeling.
Prince JR.
You know how crazy it feels to be sitting in jail, knowing you got bail money to get out, but you can't bail out because they're not letting you. It's the craziest feeling in the world. Trust me. But anyway, y'all jump in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. What do y'all think the outcome for All-Star JR is going to be? And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep.
Yeah. I'm still on his side, though. I don't care. Like, he trying to defend himself, chat. Fuck all that. I do the same shit. I'm like, man, niggas was on me. Shit, I ain't do shit. They saw me.
What's up, everybody? That was a strong ass slap. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me. And for today,
man, we finna get into another topic about, you know what I'm saying, Atlanta rapper. I don't know too much, but you know what I'm saying, he finna explain more to it though. Let's go.
Hey, we have an update video on Ola Runt, who apparently escaped the feds, was given an extra 18 months in prison for doing so. But I'll say this, the reason he did it was because they were trying to drill him at the federal release, whatever it's called, that he was at. They were trying to get him while he was still in federal custody. Now, you don't have to crash to get cash. You can download the free Cash app. Why he went viral again after exposing a rapper that was in the same prison as him that got poked up. And then we're going to jump into this new evidence. Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. See, that slap wasn't powerful enough. That was weak. 1090 Jake, man, I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on Ola Runt, accusing Florida rapper Glock 9 of going out bad and allegedly snitching. September 19th, 2023. Atlanta rapper Ola Runt would take to Twitter with a surprising accusation saying, "Damn Glock 9, you went out bad," followed by 2 rat emojis. This was enough for the fans and bystanders on the internet to take off with rumors and speculation as Orlando rapper Glock 9 was now accused of snitching. This was the same rapper who's been hit with a Florida RICO, tied to a gang war within Orlando, and allegedly shot up his own cousin's house for being your own cousin. But the craziest aspect of this new allegation isn't the actual allegation. It's the fact that Ola Runt is calling him out while both rappers are currently in the same federal prison. Ola Runt was arrested back in 2020 within Operation Phoenix, an FBI takedown of 12. Hold on. Y'all see Woody?
Damn, I ain't even peeped that. Goddamn, Woody.
12 of Atlanta's most violent offenders.
I saw I ain't peeped that shit.
He'd be indicted by the feds after being found in possession of an FN-57 pistol loaded with 21 rounds. And after a guilty plea, he'd be sentenced to 57 months in federal prison. So with that right there, right? Ola Runt was caught with a 5.7 as a felon, and he'd end up getting 57 months inside of prison. So let's add that. Find out what that is. That's just under 5 years in federal prison. But I got some new paperwork that apparently nobody's seen or posted on the internet. I don't know how the fuck I'm the only one that was able to get this, but Ola Runt escaped his halfway house and was sentenced to even more time in prison for doing so. But he literally had a legitimate reason. They were trying to kill him. Now, Ola Runt's lawyer would write to the judge stating, "I wrote on behalf of my client, Jaree Jalon Jackson, in advance of his January 27, 2026 sentencing on a single count of escape. According to United States Sentencing Commission, the average sentence imposed for escape in this district is 6 months. During that same period, no defendant received a sentence of more than 2 years. The government asked this court to sentence the 29-year-old Mr. Jackson to 27 to 33 months imprisonment. So they were trying to give him more than 2, less than 3 years. 36 months is a 3-year sentence. That's what I was given. 24 months would be 2 years. They're trying to give him something in the middle of that. Mind you, he was only sentenced to 4 years and almost, 5.
It sounds like they want to hang his ass low key.
Florida, I believe escape is a mandatory minimum 5 years off top just for escaping. It doesn't matter if it's the county jail, doesn't matter if it's a prison. This was a halfway house, so the situation's a little different, but we'll get into the details. Although his crime was undisputably serious, Mr. Jackson does not deserve an exceptional punishment. A meaningful sentence analysis must balance the gravity of his crime against the unusual adversity he has faced, taking into consideration his impoverished background and struggles with mental illness. It must also account for the It must also account for the very real prospect that, given the opportunity, Mr. Jackson, a sought-after music producer and recording artist, may lift his 2 young children out of the cycle of poverty and criminality into which he was born. On July 31st, 2024, the Bureau of Prisons, BOP, transferred Mr. Jackson from FCI Beckley in West Virginia, this was the prison that him and Glock 9 were at, to Brooklyn House RRC. Now, this is Brooklyn House RRC. It's basically a re-entry home, right? You go in there, you're obviously not locked up in a sense, but you have to ask for permission to leave, timesheet, all that. It's like a step back into getting into society. And it's located right here in the Dumbo neighborhood of Brooklyn, which is a nice neighborhood. I mean, you got the Equinox Gym, which costs like $500 a month. You got the One Hotel, which is one of my favorite hotels in New York. And literally the Brooklyn Bridge is right here. And then all of a sudden you're in Manhattan. So this is in a very nice neighborhood. Now, he'd be transferred there to complete the 57-month custodial sentence that was projected to expire on April 12th, 2025. But in November of 2024, Ola Runt would walk out of an exit without authorization and was never to be seen again. Now, he would get arrested February 5th, 2024, fleeing from a traffic stop in Tennessee. After a pursuit, Tennessee State Police disabled the vehicle and placed him and his 2 passengers in custody. A search of the vehicle revealed 2 ounces of marijuana, digital scales, and handgun ammunition. Tennessee authorities subsequently charged Mr. Jackson with possessing drugs and drug paraphernalia, evading arrest, and reckless endangerment.
You know what? I know.
So he escaped basically a halfway house in Brooklyn and managed to flee all the way to Tennessee while being wanted by the feds. Ola Runt remained in Coffee County custody for 4 months before he was finally transferred to federal authorities on June 4th, 2025. He was housed at MDC, which is in New York, serving the remainder of his sentence. That sentence, which was extended to reflect the loss of good time credit, was set to expire January 31st of this year. Now, the government, in its January 12th submission to the court, incorrectly suggested that Mr. Jackson, aka Ola Runt, left Brooklyn to avoid remand on the basis of a failed drug test. So the government was trying to say he failed a piss test. That's why he ran away. It would also state that Ola Runt did not know of the BOP's decision to remand him at the time of his departure. He only knew that he was placed on restrictions and not permitted to leave. He was, however, increasingly concerned for his safety following an incident that occurred outside the facility several weeks earlier. During his time at Brooklyn RRC, Mr. Jackson was employed as a music producer at Brooklyn-based recording label Good Talk. Every morning during the work week, a driver met him outside Brooklyn RRC to transport him to the music studio. When you go to a halfway house, one of the things that they do is they make sure you're employed. You start working. He, being a rapper, gets a job at a recording studio in Brooklyn. So every day he signs his sheet, he leaves, he gets picked up, goes to the studio, works as a producer, working on beats, comes back, logs in, goes to sleep, right? Until this happened.
What happened?
Just after 9 a.m. on September 19th, 2024, a white Mazda positioned itself several car lengths behind the silver SUV that was waiting outside Brooklyn to bring Ola Runt to work. When Ola Runt walked out, the Mazda pulled up behind the silver SUV and discharged 4 armed assailants. The assailants proceeded to fire several rounds at Ola Runt and his associates as he fled on foot down the street through a housing development. A nearby security camera provided this image of one of the assailants just moments after the shots were fired. This is one of the men that popped out while Ola Runt is leaving a halfway house to go to work and shot at him. Tried to kill him in front of a federal halfway house. This is some bold shit. Now, although Ola Runt escaped the assailants unharmed, the incident left him with a sense of insecurity and paranoia that ultimately derailed his efforts to make a success at the halfway house. In his interview with pretrial services, Ola Runt identified the September 19th incident as the primary reason he chose to leave the facility. I'll say this. If I get shot at leaving a fucking facility, yeah, I'm 100% escaping that bitch. Cause what's gonna happen anyways? I'm gonna get reprimanded for not going to work. Well, I went to work and they shot at me. How does this not make sense? Send me somewhere else. What the fuck am I still doing in Brooklyn? Send me to LA or some shit. Send me, y'all don't got no federal shits in Hawaii?
Yeah, man.
Let me go to Hawaii. I don't think I'm gonna get shot at in Hawaii. Let me go over there. Get me the fuck out of Brooklyn. If you're not, I'm gonna make sure that my life is safe and I'm gonna leave. And that's exactly what he did. He fucking ran and made his way to Tennessee. Now, he was supposed to be basically like out of prison already, right? And instead, he's given an extra 1.5 years for this escape.
Whoa!
The good thing from this, I mean, obviously he's gotta do another 1.5 years, but the good thing is,
I'm mad at the justice system.
2, he has no supervised release when that 18 months is up. Meaning, when he leaves, he leaves. There's no halfway house. He's going home. And I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, in my opinion, this is fucked up that he even got this. He took a plea in the situation.
I still been fucking mad.
They were trying to give him way more time, double the time.
That's fucked up.
But bro, you got shot at. And I'm surprised no one, I mean, maybe I just missed it. Nobody talked about this, that they tried to fucking assassinate him at a halfway house.
Oh, yeah.
And he ends up getting 18 months in prison for the shit. But, hey, I spoke on Ola Runt when I thought he falsely accused Rock
I've been mad as hell.
Was cooperating in multiple murders.
They wouldn't give it no fuck though.
Ola Runt was holding it down.
Yeah.
So shout out to him. I hope he's able to knock these last 18 months off.
Lock him up.
Get back home, get back to his family, and get back to his music. But hey, it's 1090 Jake. Let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comments section. I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me.
Don't do nothing stupid out here, man. Hey, man, stay on your shit. Don't do nothing stupid out here. That'll cost you your freedom. God damn it. I love my freedom. Damn, chat. Let me see what we got, man. I ran out of topics almost. Shit. See what else I can dig up. I went through all my shit. I don't even got nothing else. Oh yeah, I did want to cover Julio Fulio. If y'all know who Julio Fulio is. He died 2 years ago.
It's been a while since we've talked about Julio Fulio.
Definitely want to talk about that
so
shit.
Disrespectful. There was really no way of seeing
he was
him
disrespectful as fuck.
Life. He had disrespected a lot of dead people in Jacksonville when he eventually did get murdered in Tampa, Florida, not too far from Jacksonville on his own birthday.
Yeah.
A lot of people weren't surprised, but the trial for the murderers of Julio Fulio is going on, and we've got some pretty interesting updates for you guys, okay? Because now the 4 remaining defendants after Alicia Andrews, the woman that was accused of being involved in the plot, now the 4 remaining alleged defendants, alleged shooters, are now potentially facing the death penalty.
And
we are going
she got the death penalty.
Drag that conspiracy out of that darkness and into the bright lights of this courtroom for you.
I think she got a daughter too.
And everyone to see its wicked and vile nature.
Well, it's day 2. Today, the trial continues into a second day in the murder case of Jacksonville rapper Julio Fulio, who was shot and killed outside a hotel near USF in 2024. The trial involves these 4 suspects right here on your screen who are accused in the rapper's deadly shooting. On Wednesday, prosecutors showed the jury videos of the shooting scene with a detailed breakdown of events tied to the murder. The state also showing the route they say the suspects took, traveling to Tampa, also where they stayed. The defense is arguing the suspects were at the shooting, but there's not enough evidence to prove that they planned it.
They will show you he traveled to Tampa. They will show you he was present that night. But then they will ask you to make a leap, to assume that presence equals guilt, that association equals conspiracy, and that being there means he planned a murder.
A fifth suspect, Alicia Andrews, is already convicted of manslaughter this morning for helping to plan that ambush.
So Alicia Andrews was convicted of manslaughter, and I believe she is filing an appeal, and it did actually look for a second like she might actually have a pretty good shot at that appeal. But during the trial of the remaining defendants, there's actually been some new interesting stuff that's come out. Prosecutors have actually released brand new evidence, reportedly, of the Fulio
let us see
shooting,
the evidence.
which was brought up in court.
And now is that vehicle on the western side
So this is them fully tracking them before and after the shooting occurred.
of the home to suites?
Yes, sir.
Facing south?
Yes, sir.
And it would have just passed the Tesla?
It would have, yes, sir.
Does it appear to now be turning and heading back to the north?
Yes, sir.
And does it do that just to the north of the edge of the southern end of the hotel?
Yes, sir.
Now, this camera, is this on the southern end of the hotel facing south, and then another camera facing southwest?
Yes, sir.
And do we see the Chevy Cruze again?
Yes, we do.
And is it now on the western side of the hotel?
They did a donut around that motherfucker,
Yes,
didn't
sir.
they?
And that's, again, the Tesla being worked in with the hotel cameras?
Yes, sir.
Okay, in this composite. The hotel recording system, the cameras, especially the ones showing the portico from both ends, was the timestamp on that determined to be a couple of minutes slow?
Yes, sir. It was 1 minute and 45 seconds slow, I believe.
1 minute and 45 seconds. So to get real time, we would have to add 1 minute and 45 seconds to the time being reflected.
That's correct.
Date was correct?
It was, yes, sir.
So they just spinning the block. They just doing a donut around that motherfucker.
At the very top of that video, could you see the Impala parking?
It is, sir, yeah. Backing into a space.
All right, and now the Cruise is leaving.
They just,
Yes, sir.
yeah, riding around. So that Charger, like, them in there. Like,
Which
right
direction
there,
does
this
the Cruise
Charger.
turn onto 40th?
They're like
McKinley?
Fulio up in there.
That would take it in the direction of the Moffitt Cancer Center down south of there?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
And this is,
okay.
again, the
Damn.
video from the Tesla.
Damn. There they go right there on Bo. They finna get ready. Because they was sitting out on Bo. Damn. Yup, see, I said that was Fulio sitting right there on Bo.
Do we see here the collision between the fleeing Altima?
Yes, sir.
And the shooter who was near the tree bumped into the bottom of the tree with his head?
Yes, sir.
Does it appear one of the shooters ran through the patio area?
Yes, sir.
So these are angles that we hadn't seen before, right? We've seen
Yeah,
the
them
section
new
of the
angles
Tesla
right
and
there. I ain't
the
gonna
video
lie
the
to
guys
you. Them
ran up
new.
in this patio.
Because I knew
Just
that
goes
was
to
his
show you
car.
those
I knew
two
he was
shooters
sitting up
facing
in there.
off
I
that car
seen
as
that
they
part.
driving.
That's old footage, but this shit new. For sure.
And then came out running past the Tesla?
Yes, sir.
Well, he lighting his ass up. You see that shit right there, chat? He blinking his ass.
From the sequence of events, when the third shooter who went behind the Tesla charging stations, when he comes back up and is firing his weapon in rapid fire down the western side of the hotel. Does that appear to set off the alarm system on the car there?
We're going to object. The state continues to narrate the video. I think they can ask what the detective saw, but not narrating what the state believes is on the video.
Well, you are leading, so Mr. Harmon, just rephrase your question.
Sure. The alarm system that goes off in the car,
look at his
does that appear to be at a time near the shooter shooting up the west side of the hotel?
It does, yes, sir.
Do you believe there was some association between the two?
I do, sir, yes.
Getting up out of there, too.
What do you believe happened there?
Just the overpressure and concussion of the shots being fired from a rifle in close proximity to the vehicle would have created enough vibration to trigger an alarm system, similar to like a firework being ignited next to a car that's equipped with an alarm.
So they're saying that there was so many shots fired next to those cars that car
you
alarms
just
were going
fire
off.
shit
Now,
up.
you might have seen some of that footage before, but some of that was new. But as you can see, they've got a lot of evidence. There's a lot of footage. These guys definitely didn't think twice about committing this murder in front of a very large hotel franchise.
Hey, we got his ass, y'all. Let's get him
for it. So, interestingly enough, obviously, these guys are not necessarily famous names from the Jacksonville drill scene. Foolio was obviously infamous for his diss songs, and the target of a lot of his diss songs was obviously Young and Ace, who is the other top rapper coming out of Jacksonville now. Interestingly enough, a lot of people have been pointing the finger and wondering whether Young and Ace is going to get implicated in this thing, and DJ Academics would even directly ask Young and Ace if he had any involvement in the incident when he did an interview, when Academics and Young and Ace sat down for an interview after Foolio's death.
Shit.
Young and Ace.
I don't know, shit.
Like, have you seen the details about what happened? Okay, so let me give you a
No,
look.
I ain't seen no detail.
So he goes on his Instagram. He says, "Yo,
Stop the
what
cap."
happened?" He announced it way before, which was that's another thing that confused me. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna be at Tampa, and I'm having a party." Ironically, and unfortunately, he was also celebrating his birthday, right? So I think his birthday was a few days before.
I think I heard about that.
So he was offering for
I ain't no
females
think
to come
you
to like
did
a
heard
pool
about
party
it,
at the
motherfucker.
Right,
Airbnb.
females, I be trying to tell people.
So you think he got said about the females?
I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, females, you can't be inviting them females everywhere, bro. You can't be doing that. Niggas.
Now, look, he talking a little too much. He shouldn't even be talking
Yeah.
I don't know where big shit. He could have.
I seen a nigga that was with him that was
Bullshit,
in
you
UMD.
know.
Like, how does that work?
I've seen that.
I'm serious.
Damn, that
Yes, there's a guy
I
that
seen
was
the
in
chick-
one of his
I
stories.
seen a nigga you
so I
was
go to
with.
the guy's Instagram. The guy got pictures with you.
Oh, bro, that
Bro, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Did anybody tell you, like, yo,
Act
he's
like-
over here?
I
Not
seen
that
him
you
too.
didn't.
Nah, hell no.
He's
So nobody-
serious with it. Like, you
But
see
nobody
his
don't come
face.
by him.
So you wasn't checking for him at all?
Fuck no, I ain't worried about that boy.
Really?
Yeah, no, I ain't worried about him. Hell no, boy. I'm trying to be great. I'm trying to be bigger than Drake.
Really?
Yeah. Stop the cap.
Really?
I'm trying to be bigger than I'm trying to be one of the biggest.
Now, there's some odd things about that time. And
So look, all right, Young and Ace, he kept it stum about the whole thing. However, according to the prosecutors in the courtroom, they are tracing the conflict between Foolio's 6 Block Gang, aka KTA, and their beef with Young and Ace's ATK, Ace's top killers. Allegedly, that's what the crew goes by. And it includes an earlier shooting where Foolio was actually hit in the leg 9 months before he passed away. So in the court, they're trying to tie it to the beef with Ace, even though Ace hasn't been indicted. I'm sure if they could indict him, they would. But they're still linking Ace to the conflict in the courtroom.
Gerard Adams, also known as Spaz, was part of a gang called 1200. He was murdered in August of 2018. Mr. Adams, as I said, was part of a gang, 1200. 1200 is affiliated with another gang, ATK. Those two gangs are affiliated. Adrian Bibby Gaynor was associated to another gang, 6 Block, which was an opposing gang. In this case, in the evidence, you may hear the term ops or opposition or dead ops, meaning opposing gangs, the opposition. ATK and 1200 were and are the opposition to 6 Block. 6 Block also has
his forehead glancing.
A subset sub-gang, bully gang, which is confederated with 6 Block. Jaquan Pickens, also known as Jake Chit, was murdered in August of 23. August 16th of 23. The next day, August 17th of 23, Jacoby Lil Colby Beals, a 1200 gang member, shot multiple times. He would survive. And you can see in this, in the state evidence, a back and forth between these gangs that oppose each other.
He got shot multiple times.
October 6th, specifically of 23, around 11:45, Antonio Tilley, who was an ATA, or was an ATA gang member, was shot to death while he was in an Uber. Just over 6 hours after the murder of Antonio Tilley, on October 7th, attackers with high-powered rifles would shoot up that same Dodge Charger being driven by our murder victim, Charles Jones. This was 9 months before the murder of Charles Jones. He had left his house at about 6 in the morning and was driving down the street, coming to a stop sign, when attackers with high-powered rifles opened up on his Dodge Charger. He would escape that morning with his life.
He escaped that shit?
He would drive to a local hospital and be treated for a gunshot wound to his lower leg.
So not only are they saying that Young and Ace and them and that crew was trying to kill Julio, they tried to kill him in the same car that they ended up actually getting him in. He was shot up in that same Charger and he drove himself to hospital and luckily survived. Now, interestingly enough, they're trying to put Young and Ace in it as much as possible. At one point during the trial, Young and Ace's song Game Over, a Julio diss track that basically came out just after Julio got killed. He was dancing on Julio's grave, metaphorically, not physically. But that was even brought up in court too. So they're trying to put Ace in there.
That shit sound weak as hell. What the fuck is this?
So they're saying that's Julio's killers in court listening to Game Over, right? People saying they want to laugh.
That sound weak as hell.
Not sure what they'd be laughing at. Their face is worse than Julio's. They're saying they don't know how to respond. They're really trying to get them boys to smile in front of the jury. They're saying, gotta know. They know his ass cooked, right? People saying, I wonder if they was even in the Game Over video. It says this sub was all in on the theory that the skinny light-skinned dude with Shiesty at the beginning was Sean, but I don't know if this was ever proven. It's most likely not him, as Ace probably had the music video filmed prior to the murder. I mean, he released it within hours, so no way they filmed and edited it that quickly at 5 a.m. And believe me, if Ace had anything to do with Julio's murder, we would know by now. The cops were absolutely itching to connect anything to him. Ace had nothing to do with it and didn't even really know any of them besides maybe Gutter. So really, he just lucky. People saying Ace got 3 things coming: Rico, jail, death. He has no connection to Julio's murder from the evidence. So what the hell are you like about? Time will tell, right?
Throw away the key.
Cops were itching to do stuff to him. It says if there was any connection, we know. The only reason they're using Ace's videos on court is to illustrate the gang war was a back and forth thing. These are real people they're rapping about that really got killed. They're trying to establish motive for the shooters, that they were part of the gang, and Julio was their biggest, most flamboyant op, which is why they wanted to kill him so bad. Okay,
he was getting money too
for killing a man who dissed the whole city and instigated so many deaths. The legal system.
Young and Ace, that's the only way he was getting money.
Dirty work, and you didn't see a near dime. Oh boy, oh boy. So Sean Gaffrey,
this Mills game
was alleged to have been the driver and one of the shooters in the Julio murder, and he was also linked to that earlier shooting where Julio was hit in the leg in the same car.
One of the men going to trial this week facing the death penalty for allegedly shooting Julio with an assault rifle outside of a hotel. Investigators say the group traveled all the way from Jacksonville down to Tampa to murder Julio because he was posting where his location was on his birthday. Sean is connected to this because one of the cars they traveled all the way from Jacksonville in and used in their murder was his own mother's car. They have footage of every single scene of this crime, packing the car with guns. Then they're tracked with license plate readers all the way to Tampa. Then they're on camera at their Airbnb, and he's on camera after the murder at his grandma's house, switching cars and wiping down their cars. They also say his phone was tracked in multiple locations and talking to the lookout man that was tracking Julio, telling them where his location was the entire night. And when Sean was arrested, he was found with live rounds and spent shell casings that connect him to another murder besides Julio's and also an attempted murder on Fulio when Fulio was shot in the foot. So this is the same shooter that shot him before, and Fulio survived. This guy shot Fulio twice on 2 different occasions. And here's a very crazy detail. When they searched his home, they found an AR-style rifle that was similar to the one in the footage of the murder that had a brass catcher attached to it. And that's why, at the murder scene, there was no spent shell casings from that AR, because he had something catching the shell casing, so it wasn't left at the murder scene. 2 other 9mm shell casings were found in the gun safe in his home. Those were a match to the murder of Fulio, and those were used by another defendant in the trial. These boys are cooked, and they're probably going to get the death penalty.
Damn, so I think the death penalty could be coming for them, okay? And it is pretty bad evidence, okay?
Goddamn.
Yeah. Saying Kerr is cooked. The F was he thinking he's never getting out of prison. I thought he already had 5 hits attempted on him.
Was that worth it?
Long live 6. He took an entire army all by himself. Saying, imagine being from a decent family and gangbanging. They're saying, yes, he is. No criminal history, no gang ties, decent house, cars, supportive family. He was a cameraman filming music videos at one point. People saying, why would he get into this? No criminal history. Detectives have never even heard of him or seen him before. He used his mum's car in the hit.
Right.
His defense is that he has his brothers.
Use your mama
so it
car.
could be one of them. Right?
What? Why you ain't just steal a car, nigga?
Apparently he did get arrested for a shooting when he was 17.
Steal a
He got
car.
off on that one. People saying it's a straight clown show, though, basically.
That's what usually motherfuckers do. Steal a car and then do a hit.
It was his shot, Sean Gathright. Specifically, they saying he from a good background, okay? Apparently, they're saying that might be the actual shots. It says, these were the rounds that probably killed Fulio. I'm certain they were all from Sean's AR-15, and that's the bullets going into the car right there.
Yeah, they blitzed his
still
ass,
pisses
though.
me
I
off
ain't
to
gonna lie,
that bright red beanie
They
on
blitzed
himself
the shit
made
out
him
of
stand
him.
out like crazy. If he didn't have that stupid bright beanie on, AA and Gutter probably wouldn't have even recognized him, and Fulio might have had a better chance in that ambush because the shooters would have had to focus on the whole car, not just his seat. As soon as AA and Gutter busted a U-turn in that parking lot to double check, it was over. Gutter on the phone live confirming it was him before him and AA even left the parking lot. That was so stupid, the shooters knew exactly where he was seated. People are saying he wanted to go out. People saying, bro, I was thinking the same thing. The far left 2, probably the ones to the chest, and the middle be the ones that got his back. Because they like right between the seats. It's crazy because on the video,
Real shit though, like just to think about it though, on Fulio shit, like he had like 2 or 3 attempts on his life already. The last, you know what I'm saying? The last attempt when it cost him, when he died, right there, he posted where he was at, all that type of shit. Yeah, like, I don't know, it seemed like, nigga, you wanted to die. That's what it seemed like. Like, cause me personally, if I got, you know what I'm saying, on 2 attempts, already 2 attempts, got hit up, damn, I got hit in the leg, damn, I got hit in the arm. Shit, I ain't finna post where I'm at. Fuck this shit. They want me dead. Shit, fuck it. I'll move, goddamn it. I don't give a fuck. You ain't gonna even hit, man. I ain't gonna be around no more. You ain't gonna even find me.
He was jumping in the back right before Omerta hit the curb. So, it's sad, man. It's really sad.
It's sad.
So, Davion Murphy, one of the other people, he's actually alleged to have been a backup shooter. And this is what they said in court about him.
Mr. Murphy is the biggest, heaviest one of these defendants, just like the shooter who takes the rearward position in this attack. That's Mr. Murphy. When he was arrested, you will see tattoos on his neck and chest. He has a 1200 tattoo on the back of his neck. He has the name of people from Florida who have been murdered tattooed on his body.
Happy going to jail.
And in this video, you will clearly see in the evidence Mr. Davion Murphy taking full credit for his role in this shooting.
Oh, no, bro. You actually showing that
doing the sounds and everything.
Right.
That is just after his arrest when he is left alone in an interview room.
How dumb you got to be, man.
Just to show, because it was a video, I wanted you to see a couple of still shots of Mr. Davion Murphy in action. You can see the muzzle flash. You can see the orange.
Oh, God, that's shining like God.
You can see his position, shooting directly at the Charger, shooting again at the Charger, and a last time. And there's Mr. Gathright on the bottom, following Mr. Edwards and the Charger and Mr. Jones. And then Mr. Murphy returning, being caught on the Tesla video.
I really
You got
I
a
can't
white
even
mask
imagine
on. I would have
just
put a black
going
mask
into
on.
the interview room.
Like,
Everyone
damn,
knows those are
nigga,
recorded
got a
and then
white
reenacting the
mask
crime
on,
in front
nigga.
of everyone with sound effects. It's crazy. So during court proceedings, Davion Murphy was actually seen smiling, and that drew a lot of attention in the court, not for the right reason.
In your mind. So what are the facts of this case that the state outlined for 3 hours? And that is, we'll agree that on June 23rd, 2024, Charles Jones, known as Julio Fulio,
wide as
was in
hell,
fact
wide
shot and killed at the home
shoulders.
2 Suites in Tampa, Hillsborough County, Florida. As a result of that homicide, 5 people were originally charged. Isaiah Chan, Sean Gathright, Rashad Murphy, Alicia Andrews, and Davion Murphy. That's why we're here, okay?
So he was got the shoulder pads on. Great look. And there will be more clips that circulated that appeared to show him in the interview room expressing a lot of hostility towards Fulio, basically giving the whole motive.
Treating like a victim, like his mama. Charles. Treating him like a victim, like his mama doing over the internet. Like my auntie, God bless her, did was Rod Adams. My auntie was depressed, dead red.
He's saying my auntie was depressed over the song.
My grandma died behind that.
He said his grandma died of a heart attack because of Fulio's diss songs.
My grandma caught a heart attack behind the songs that he was making. Because he was always dissing. Corbin mama.
Is that true, man?
So Corbin was the young man who went missing and was eventually found dead in the woods. And Julio Fulio had a lot of very disrespectful lyrics where he said, Corbin, they found his bones in the woods. He was rotten, all this horrible stuff. And he's saying that his mother couldn't even go out in public after all of that. She was just so distraught, so distressed by all the disrespect that Fulio had put on Corbin's name.
When I see somebody in the public, you know how they do TikToks anywhere. Where's Corbin? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that nigga crashed out, Chad. That nigga crashed out.
On my cousin's grave.
Yeah, he crashed out. Saying somebody pissed on his cousin's grave.
Yeah, he did that. Damn. I ain't gonna even let Chad. He did that in the video. Julio Fulio, he actually did that in the video. He pissed on that. He pissed on the grave and shit. Like.
So he's basically given the whole motive. People saying I said it when it first happened, when dudes kept mentioning how they did it for money, they won't get. LMAO, this shit was past money, it was real hatred.
He crashed out for sure.
They wanted him gone. Facts, it was never about money, it was about
they wanted him dead, Chad.
They probably didn't even get paid. They just killed him because they hated him.
They didn't like him.
So
they just want him dead, Chad.
They do the same thing right back instead of being the bigger person, and because of that, our people are never going to be free.
That's
from
different,
the
right there. That's a different.
Sad as F.
That shit different.
Everything on this case is 4K, crystal clear, from the murder to the arrest to the interrogation.
They want his ass on the live
therapy. That's why he letting it all out. Probably had him feeling comfortable, tricked him into confessing on why he did it, and not if he did it. Said, bro, dudes don't get what all of that dissing and trolling do to certain dudes. There's dudes like this everywhere that dedicate everything to getting your ass out of here. It's people that's really ready to crash out about their loved ones, and to them it's not a crash out, it's just straight revenge. So shit like this has to be a reason why a lot of suburban kids need to shut the hell up when these dudes crash out.
That's your cousin. He pissing on his grave.
Videos were getting thousands to millions of views dissing their dead homies
you don't
and family.
know the type of demon you letting out.
Became TikTok trends.
Real
RIP6, but he isn't supposed to feel bad.
Demons you letting out.
It's sad because you can feel where he's coming from.
But
But it's
what
also
a
like,
motherfucker turn into.
Julio's family was hurt by what they were saying about that little 15-year-old that died. There's two sides to the story, and shit never even had to be this way. Two sides killing each other both for reasons they believe are justified. It's so effed up. It says, you don't think he realizes that? You got to be a psychopath or autistic not to understand basic empathy. People saying it's not about if he realizes it, he don't give a F. Neither did Fulio. That's why it's so effed up. He crying about what Fulio did in his songs, like they wasn't making the same type of disrespectful music. They killing each other over reasons they think is justified. When the other side feels the same, you feel like it's a never-ending cycle. A lot of people do like, if this happened to my family, I'd kill somebody or stand on business. Well, this is what it looks like in reality. You can hear the hurt and hatred in his voice.
Real shit.
He really ain't want to be in this situation, but he couldn't live without getting Fulio out of here.
Right. That's understandable.
Dude,
I ain't gonna even lie to you. That's understandable.
Benz, all the other rappers were dissing the F
like
out
I was saying,
that, homeboys, but killing a dude is a domino effect. It triggers a lot of people. It says, yeah, the music got too demonic.
Somebody kill your cousin, he pissing on his grave.
The genre had to get played out the way it did. The kids need someone to guide them in a more positive way. But I also get the system was built to encourage this hell. We need to support our communities, stop fighting each other, and take the power back from enemy elite. Peace, one love. Some of you act like Fulio was the only one dissing. Nah, it goes both ways. Who I Smoke had people singing lyrics dissing Fulio's dead homies too. Rest in peace, Fulio. Okay.
Hey.
So it was the same thing going back and
But
forth.
at the end
Now,
of the day,
another point,
rest in peace
a detective
to
was actually
all
questioned
these
about the
people,
gang
man.
signs that
Real
Davion
talk.
was
Rest in peace to all these
allegedly
people.
making in some of his clips.
Real.
And this made for a pretty interesting
Shit
moment
is
in the courtroom too.
This crazy.
You were shown this photo of the hand signs, is that right?
Yes.
I'm not going to try and zoom it in because I'll screw it up, but what we're seeing on the left and the right hand, you describe
Throwing up gang
as
signs,
the
boy, in jail.
gang sign or hand sign
That nigga.
that is in relation to 1200, the gang 1200.
Correct.
He don't give a fuck.
And it appears that Mr. Davion Murphy is doing that sign on both hands.
He like, yeah, nigga.
Is it the same sign on both hands?
Middle finger down, connected to the thumb, yes.
Okay,
Fuck
so that's my
y'all,
question.
nigga.
Can you show me on your
Fuck y'all.
hand?
Fuck y'all.
You're saying the middle finger?
My
to
middle
your
finger,
thumb. Okay. And that's on both hands, same thing.
yes.
Okay. And that, in your knowledge, or to your knowledge, is the commonly used hand sign for the gang 1200.
Yes.
Is it important what fingers are being held up? Because there's like a 1 and a 2.
The middle finger is down and connected to the thumb.
So that's part of it. Middle
Yes.
finger down. Okay. And then there's a 2 and a 1. Is that where we're getting the 1200
He's
from?
a rock star.
That's what it shows. Yes.
And you would say that's commonly used among members of the 1200 gang?
Yes.
So it's a 1 and a 2 and an O that you're kind of making with your middle finger and thumb. I'd never actually seen that explained before, so that's quite interesting. The defense would also bring up, interestingly,
you
NBA
haven't?
Youngboy during the trial.
Okay. Do you want me to physically demonstrate it?
Yes.
So, would you like me to stand up?
Yes, I feel like it could be easier for the lady.
And do the front walk, nigga.
Go ahead. So, Davion Murphy, when Detective Nieder and I leave the interview room, Davion Murphy starts to walk around in the interview room with one hand extended, his left hand, and his right hand as he's brandishing a trigger finger. And he starts to walk around the interview room just like this, and he points up at the camera and he starts going, "Bup, bup, 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 bup." And he does it a number of times. And that's what we're observing remotely from a separate room on the camera.
Thank you, Detective.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
that. Now let's return back to NBA Youngboy. Who is he?
He's a rapper.
And have you observed any of his rap videos?
I've actually worked NBA Youngboy's concert. I've seen him
You
live.
have?
Yes.
And have you seen NBA Youngboy do that same action that you just shown the ladies and gentlemen of the jury on numerous occasions?
I have.
What's the relevance?
Wow. It is relevant, Judge.
Well, he's answered the question, so what's your next question? Overrule the objection as far as...
So he was trying to make the point to say, oh, well, Youngboy be doing that.
Right. The question that's on...
My bad, I didn't have the audio set up quite right. But anyway, that basically is a pretty weak defense trying to say, well, Youngboy pretends to shoot all the time. That's nothing different. Well,
That's what I was
Youngboy
trying to
wasn't
see,
in an
like,
interrogation room after
what she was
shooting with
trying
an
to
AR. But anyway,
go with it.
Rashad Murphy, also one of the alleged shooters, he apparently is cooked because he booked the Airbnb using his own ID. That's not going to go down too well.
Booking with us, provide a valid ID through the Airbnb message portal. Mr. Murphy obliges, and in the phone that he was utilizing, he sends his photograph back to the Airbnb owner. Now, this is a Vivint or Vivint camera.
So yeah, that's kind of not really going to help your case. And then they would also play his arrest footage, which itself had already gone viral.
Are you entering the hotel at this point?
Yes, sir.
How can I hit today?
Backing at his ass. Damn, he running. Oh, get up out of there, folks.
He gets tased. Catch him. He get tased the hell out.
Big guy, folks. He ain't run fast
Gun
enough.
right to his head is crazy.
Bro, they
Literally
get
got
your
the pistol to
ass
his
down,
forehead, to his
nigga.
temple, ready to just end it. It's a pretty crazy arrest. So yeah, ain't no getting away from that. Now, the last thing that I'm going to show you is basically prosecutors also identified Isaiah Chance, also known as Garazay, and he was identified as allegedly the lookout, along with Alicia Andrews, who's already gone down for manslaughter. So he might not be as cooked as the others, but he might be manslaughter cooked. And this is the last person who's probably going to go down for this.
Messaging or making phone calls, but that is Alicia Andrews' phone. So her phone becomes relevant because it is being utilized by Mr. Chance to set up their communications with the assault team. You saw her just a minute ago putting in her passcode and handing the phone so Mr. Chance could utilize it. They are there to track and to stalk and to hunt Charles Jones, and then to provide real-time location information to Mr. Gathright, who was driving his Impala with both of the Murphys and the Impala, the assault team. There's the surveillance team. So as I said, and again, this video is slightly off, but Mr. Jones arrives, that's in front, that's the front entrance.
So look, as you can see, as we heard in those comments earlier, Fulio was wearing a very distinctive outfit. You know, if
Yeah,
he
red and
was
white.
shining, he had aura. You could see him from the whole
Fire
crowd.
truck status.
Unfortunately, that's how they ended up getting him, and that red beanie might be a
Yeah,
big part of what
yeah.
he got. But look, it's looking pretty bad for all of the
Hey,
people.
red and white.
I'm not expecting
He right
much
there.
from these
Hey,
guys.
get
I'm not
his
expecting
ass.
these guys to beat this. I'm not expecting this to go well for them. It's very, very disappointing, but I think those comments really summed it up well. This was a very unfortunate cycle of violence that wasn't going to end anytime soon. And sadly, it does feel like it's just Fulio was an active participant in the war, you know, and he probably knew this is how he was going to go out. He was probably tired of hiding, and
Man, he just got tired of that shit. Cause obviously, if you got like 2 attempts on your ass, you supposed to been got up out of there. That nigga, like, you know what? I'm tired of running. Shit, fuck it. I'm just gonna get shot right here on my birthday, bro. Yeah, let me see what we got, man. Shit. I'm running out of topics. Running out of them topics. Who the fuck is that? I don't even know who folks is like that. Damn, man. Shit, I think. Let me see. Let me see what else I got before I get about. If I do got some more shit.